Howdy. I'm not sure how familiar people are with a document which certifies a allodial title to land. I ain't going to say globally, but globally. Land patents were issued by monarchies, kings, and in our case, the federal government. The federal government. I don't think states, as far as I understand, issued land patents, but it could be such a thing as shortly after the Revolutionary War. That's something I just thought of and should check into. The states may well have had the authority to, which they certainly should have, and by rights do in our American constitutional republic, but the authority to grant letters of patent on land. I have seen certified copies of land patents to British subjects before the war, before the Revolutionary War of Independence, given to soldiers, and mainly soldiers that did their piece, did their bit for the king, and got a piece of the American wilderness for it. I have seen letters patent from the Southwest, Texas, New Mexico, that were actually rolled over from Spanish land grants, and you know, certified that way after territory to statehood. Anyhow, but I did a little research here a year or two ago and got I have two certified copies. Let's just say I got a certified copy from the criminals at the BLM, which started out to be the land office. Okay. Now, the land office somehow morphed into the BLM, and they turned into another criminal federal agency. But that aside, the certified copy of the land patent for the quarter section of ground that I live on. I've got 80 acres of the quarter section of ground that I live on. A fella by the name of William Dirtle is on that land patent, and it's for the legal description of the land that that we still call it today. Now, I had an occasion to stop in the courthouse today, in the county courthouse, and now this was in 1889. It was signed by President Hayes. And now I don't know the dates and exactly as specific dates, but South Dakota did become a state, went from territory to a state in 1889. The transitions, who knows, this, that, and the other thing, and the territorial governance versus state governance, what really went on. But at the courthouse today, we looked through the old books, and I've got a picture of it, of course, or a copy of it. The name on the homestead, you go back as far as you can go, the fellow's name was Brill, not Dirtle, Brill. This I found surprising, because what I wanted to find out was where that land patent was given up. Because our land patents say, to you and your assigns forever title to the land. Okay, that's plain clear. That means if you give it away, sell it, whoever you assign it to, whoever you grant it to, you are the grantor. If you're changing, if land is changing hands, you are the grantor. So whoever is the grantee is the assignee, is the assign forever. Now, if you have a perfected land patent in your own name, and it goes to the, guess what, the International Monetary Fund, is at the end of that rabbit hole, is where it needs to be signed off at, and they must, if you can perfect it, and there's certain qualifications, of course, to that. That means that no government or municipal corporation masquerading as a government or anything, anyone, bank, lender, can take it from you. That means taxes, the farce of property taxes. Sorry, Charlie, because you're no longer, that's not a warranty deed, what they give us today, and people think they own their property, which is foolishness. If you think you own it, if you don't pay your rents to the government, they take it, or have the sheriff sell it, so you don't own it. But with a perfected land patent, you do in fact own it, because that is a lodial title. A lodial title. So I'm trying to figure out where that title, where that patent got lost, where it, I mean, as far as the BLM's concerned, William Dirtle homesteaded it. That means he claimed it, stayed there for 7 years, improved it, got the patent. This Brill fella, who is the first guy on the books in the state of South Dakota, don't know who he is, and I don't know how he acquired it from Dirtle. Whether it was territory to state, I don't know. I want to know. It's very important to me. Curious. It's curious. I don't know. You know, I few subscribers and few viewers. I hope that maybe some of you are interested in this type of thing. If not, I certainly don't want to bore anyone. But if anyone that does happen to see this has any interest at all, please comment, or hell, you can give me a call. Shit. 605-880-6528. I know people are all uptight about their fucking information. I don't give a shit. Myself, give me a call. Be happy to talk to you. I'd love to talk to you about it, whether it's just questions or answers. Hell, don't make shit to me. I got more questions than answers, I can tell you that. But anywho, yeah, strange turn of events, and my only thought is how those two documents can differ is from territory to state. I'm not sure. Now the federal government, of course, here's a for instance. When I was talking to the guy out, now our current land office, I'm in northeast South Dakota. The land office we fall under jurisdiction is in Butte, Montana. So they're few and far between anymore. And they have the land patent there. That's where I got the certified copies of it, of the actual land patent that President Hayes signed and William Dirtle signed. I should attach that before I upload it. I'll attach pictures of both the county abstracts version and the land patent version. I hope, if worth my salt, I will anyway. But it's very curious to me. That's very curious to me, because back then they understood. People understood. Well, for one thing, they understood what money was. There was no Federal Reserve notes. In fact, they still had sense enough to understand that was the enemy. So they had true money. And guess what? Part of one of the hoops you got to jump through to perfect a land patent is to purchase it with silver or gold coin. Absolutely. And that can be done as simple as form a dummy, well, call your all capitals name, for instance, all your name in all capital letters, a dummy corporation, and you, the man, buy it for one silver eagle. You know what I'm saying? And that's without that, if you use debt notes, if you use their commercial script, you ain't gonna get her done. See, that's, and if you don't understand what I'm talking about there, that was part of the scam of the fiat money and the foreign devil worshiping war pig fucking bankers with their commercial script. I mean, if you don't understand this, what the Federal Reserve notes, what you call money, is not money. It's a promissory note. It's a promise to pay. It's a bond. It's a promissory note. The bad thing is it's borrowed against us. If you got a Social Security number, it's borrowed on any of the taxes and any of the property, everything you will ever have, and everything that you ever will think you have, and everything that you will ever make. that you don't consume. That's why you register your vehicles to the state. That's why we don't have land patents anymore or allodial title. That's why we have warranty deeds, because everything is mortgaged to foreign bankers that loan us bullshit out of blue fucking sky at interest. You know, that's gospel truth. I mean, it's unarguable. You know, you talk to the boar pigs or their fucking bar member scumbag cronies, and they'll come up with all kinds of song and dance bullshit, but they cannot song and dance around that fact. That's the truth of it. That's why it says in the Constitution, nothing but gold or silver coin will be offered as legal tender. Just they piss it out, you know, throw it out the window. Just like the right to bear arms, keep and bear arms will not be infringed. Well, what's a fucking pistol permit but a license to secure? Which here's another thing: the Supreme Court interpreting the Constitution. That's fucking bullshit too. We interpret the Constitution. Us, we're the fucking beneficiaries, clear and designated. But it's always a contract is always interpreted in benefit of the non-preparer, which is us. We are the beneficiaries. We want performance. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Oh, I can't hardly help but go off on the criminality of the things today. I don't know, we could talk about some current events. I'm just on my way home from Clark here, but Trumpity Trump, 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 Trump. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't believe that, lest it is, of course it's God's will, nothing happens that isn't, but if Trump is for real, and he is a God-fearing man, then he is anointed and put there and protected by God. Anything short of that, it's a fucking dog and pony show, because there is no protection from them fuckers. I don't care who you are. They got heart attack guns. They got fucking, they got who knows? Maybe they can clone people and I mean, if he wasn't working with the fuckers, he'd be dead. He'd be dead. Brainwashed, replaced. They'd greased his fucking wife or what. I mean, they'd have him if they wanted him. Unless he is protected by the Lord above. Now, that I can, maybe so, and I hope so. That'd be wonderful. But it is how it's going to be, and it ain't getting no better. It says in the book what's going to happen, and so whatever. But yeah, I get a kick out of him. Him and Nigel Farage and a few of them dudes. Very few. And these lefties are going nuts. I tell you, Mark Dice, if you don't listen to Mark Dice, I mean, I get the biggest kick out of him. But, these fucking CNN leftists, they just can't believe it. They're just about in tears. His approval rating hasn't gone down, even though we showed all this nothing. It's too much, it's too much. It's too much, but... See the Alex Jones deal? Now I heard old Trumpity Trump say, Google, you guys better watch your P's and Q's. See, all that, they ain't dumb, and they'll throw fucking bones, they'll sacrifice them all, they don't give a shit. Okay, Jones is a Jew, Jones is a shit, I hope he does more good than harm, I doubt it. But, this regulation, see, calling for regulation, you follow? That's a trick. That's a trick. Don't need no regulation. Here's how we can handle it. If YouTube wants to censor people, fuck YouTube. We can start our own fucking deal. Fuck them. We don't need no regulations. You don't fall into that trap. Regulation. Well, that'll be for the good of the people. Yeah. But is it always? It always is, isn't it? Always. Yeah, always. Never. It never is, but they paint it like that every time. Hey, up here in the northeast part of the great and semi-sovereign state of South Dakota, it is a little greener than it was a couple weeks ago. God blessed us with a little bit of rain. We're looking at fall crop here coming in. could be a lot worse, and we praise the good Lord above. And we try to smile. Try to pray for our enemies and forgive. Look at the pelicans. Get off the road, you pelican. God bless you. Goodbye.